Are you getting tired of those cookie cutter suburbs where every single house looks the same and your neighbor is like right there, just an arm's length away? Well, today we're going to dive into Aileen Willowbrook. It's this amazing pocket of Markham where character isn't just some buzzword, it's literally built into the streets. So if you're looking for a home with a real backyard on a street that actually has a story, let's get into what it takes to buy here. Yeah, and that quote really just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? We're talking about a prime, super family-friendly corner of Markham with homes that actually have room to breathe. But here's the thing, the secret is out. And that appeal? It comes with a serious price tag and a market that moves fast. So what does this mean for you, really? It means you have got to have your ducks in a row before you even start thinking about making an offer. So what is it that truly sets this neighborhood apart? Unlike so many of these newer areas popping up all over the place, its age is actually its biggest selling point. Let's break down what that really means when you're out there looking for a home. Okay, now what's really fascinating here is the contrast. In brand new subdivisions, you often get these narrow lots where you can practically look into your neighbor's window. But here, the homes were built with more, well, breathing room. We are talking about wider streets, deeper lots, and a sense of space that is an absolute luxury today. For a certain kind of buyer, this isn't just a nice to have, it's the whole reason for looking here. And it's not just about the size of your lot. Imagine tree-lined streets that feel like a giant canopy in the summer, giving you all this shade and privacy. Think about having a park that's always buzzing with neighborhood kids, or being able to just take a stroll over to historic Main Street Unionville for a coffee. See, that's the real fabric of this community, and it's something you simply can't build overnight. Right, so all of that charm and space, it obviously comes at a price. It's time to talk numbers, because in Aileen Willowbrook, the price tag can vary, and I mean dramatically, from one house to the very next one. And this really breaks it down perfectly. You could have two houses, side by side on the same street, with a price difference of $500,000 or even more, and the single biggest factor? It's the level of renovation. An entry-level home might have incredible bones, but, an original 1980s kitchen. A premium property, it's going to be completely turnkey. Figuring out which of these you're really after is what will define your budget. And just to make that price tag feel even more real, let's talk about the down payment. For any home over $1 million in Canada, you need a minimum of 20% down. So for an entry-level place here, that's over $250,000 in cash before you even start talking about closing costs. This is exactly why getting a full mortgage pre-approval is absolutely non-negotiable. And get this, even within the neighborhood itself, location is everything. Being close to the main park on Willowbrook Road, that carries a premium. Backing onto a really busy road like Bayview, that's typically going to get you a discount. Understanding these little micro-locations is the secret to not overpaying for the right spot. Okay, let's move beyond the financials for a minute. What is it actually like to live here? Let's talk about the day-to-day experience. The schools, the green space, and that all-important commute. For a lot of families, this slide right here is the decider. It's not just about having good schools. It's about being part of a community where education is a real priority. The local elementary school is a true neighborhood hub, and it feeds into a highly ranked secondary school. This doesn't just benefit your kids' education, it also acts as a really powerful anchor for your property's value over the long haul. And what about getting to work? Because that's a big one. Well, the location is genuinely strategic. You've got fantastic access to both Highway 404 and the 407, and that makes commutes to key business hubs like North York or even downtown Toronto very manageable, especially if you can travel outside of that peak rush hour. But let's be realistic here. While there are bus routes and the GO stations are just a short drive away, this is a car-first community. Most residents drive, even if it's just to the GO station to hop on the train. It's a really crucial lifestyle factor you've got to consider. Okay, so you've decided this is the neighborhood for you. Amazing. But how do you actually win here? Let's get into the strategy, a step-by-step playbook for buying smart in Aileen Willowbrook. This is basically your checklist for success. And pay super close attention to step 1, getting pre-approved. That means the bank has actually reviewed your finances and has committed to a loan amount, which is infinitely more powerful in an offer than a simple pre-qualification. Oh, and step 4 is critical. In a neighborhood with older homes, the temptation to skip an inspection to win a bidding war can be really high, but it is a massive risk you just can't afford to take. And speaking of inspections, here are the potential issues that are pretty specific to homes from this era. Were those gorgeous renovations done with the proper permits? Is there some hidden history of a leaky basement? These are the exact kinds of issues that can turn a dream home into a total nightmare. So doing your due diligence here is absolutely non-negotiable. Now, you can do all the research in the world, but even with all this great information, there is one thing, one final piece of the puzzle that can make or break your entire experience in a market this competitive, and that's local expertise. You know, this quote just hits the nail on the head. In a neighborhood like this one, an agent who only looks at citywide data is basically flying blind. You need someone who knows the subtle differences between streets, the history of specific properties, and all the unwritten rules of the local market. That right there, that's the knowledge that truly changes outcomes. And that is why having a team with deep local roots, like Kirby Chan and Co., becomes such a game changer. They operate extensively in this part of Markham, so they bring that street-level intelligence that helps you spot an overpriced listing, craft a winning offer, and navigate those potential red flags before they become your problem. See, that's how you turn information into a successful purchase. So we'll end with this question, which really gets to the core decision you have to make in Aileen Willowbrook. Do you pay that premium for a home that's already perfectly renovated and move-in ready? Or do you buy a more dated property and build your own equity by making it your own? Your answer is going to shape your entire home buying journey in this fantastic neighborhood.